Transformers family? 80s Transformers fan here, and I'm back to do another toy review. Today is Transformers Legacy United G1 Universe Autobot Gears. He is a deluxe class figure. This is the deluxe class packaging for the Legacy line. This has been the same box in Siege. We just gained the window, lost the window, and the redeco of the box. But anyway, here he is, an open window box. When I saw this guy in store, I only ever seen him one time. I picked him up like a month ago. Thought he was missing his chest, and I had to check. I went online because I know it's supposed to look like this, but it looks like this. But I guess there's some assembly required. You got to put the panel in right here, whatever. I thought somebody had stole it. I was like, the one Gears I find is missing a part, so I was about to put it back. And I was like, something told me to just Google it, and I Googled it and realized, so I'm assuming it's in here somewhere. We're going to get it open and check it out. There's some artwork on the front of the package of Gears in vehicle mode, and he's glowing and blasting and shooting. Side panel, a whole lot of other stuff going on. What is this? Robots in disguise going on? I have no idea what this dragon thing is at all. We got 40 years right there, still celebrating 40 years Transformers. Back of the box we have Gears in vehicle mode and robot mode, and it shows you that this panel comes up so you can like recreate the episode where they took the personality component from Gears. It says 12 steps. Bumblebee was like 20 something steps, but it felt like 12 steps, so this should really feel like a Generation 1 transformation. Got some warning stuff going on right there. The side panel is Gears in his robot mode. A close-up of Gears' face, his unique face, like it's like confined inside the shell. Something like that. We don't know what's going on. So let's get Gears open. Take a look. Unboxing complete. Moving on. Alright, let's take a look at Gears. This is only the second Gears I have in my whole Transformers collection. No matter what era, I only have the Generation 1. So I'm happy to add this guy already. He looks good. Let's get him together. This is the piece I feared was missing. This is chest. And it should just peg in right here. Just going to push. And there we go.
A secret sensor scan of all the Autobots revealed that you alone have the special circuit I need.
There we go. What? And it opens up, and there is no cartridge. Those cheap bastards, they could have at least molded it. Then this little area could have had some paint on it as well. It has some molded in detail, but yeah, I'm actually disappointed in that. Let me close the hood. Maybe they saved that for the masterpiece version. I didn't touch any of the third parties. I'm not really big on third parties unless it just had to be done type things. But here's my this is my second Gears ever. Take a quick look at them. I know I'm supposed to start with the head, but just checking it out. I don't know. Is this hollowed out or is it just a gap space? I think it's just a gap space right there. I'm assuming this folds over in transformation and forms the truck just like the Generation 1. But it looks pretty cool. Now, let's take a look at that face. Looks just like the Generation 1 cartoon. Would look like the Generation 1 toy, but he had a visor and no mouth. No humanoid type face under there. Just a giant mullet like bronze head in prison. I'm like, what's going on with it? Why is it like behind bars? I always thought that was weird. But we got articulation with it, and it is alive. Well, let me hold off on that. He's red, blue, and gray plastic with some silver paint, and that's all going on this guy. You got an Autobot logo right there for the truck mode. He has an Autobot logo down here. Again, let's take a look at that face. Looks very good. We got the blue eyes. We got the neutral looking face. Nice molded in face. The silver on the sides could have been done a little bit better. We have some bleed going on. Check that out. But it still looks good. Chest has some silver paint. Again, Autobot logo down there. Well-defined waist. Check out this guy's fists. They look good. Speaking of his fists, according to the cartoon and cartoon accuracy, they're supposed to be black instead of gray. And I know they use the gray because they use it throughout the figure. But we have a black gun. So they had the black plastic but didn't go all the way with it. I guess they figured somebody wouldn't notice or wouldn't care. But I caught you, Hasbro. I caught you. So let's take a look at Gears Articulation real quick. We already hit it a little bit. The head goes for a full 360. It has some wobble on it in front, the back. That is very nice. Turning it back real quick. On the back of Gears' head right here, we have the M. It's actually an M for Mysterions. A YouTuber a few years ago unraveled the hidden mystery behind the origins of some of the mini-bots. Like Brawn, Windcharger, Gears, and Huffer were not true Diaclone toys. They came from an existing American toy line called Mysterions. And they actually homaged that by putting the M behind his head. I don't know if you can see it in vehicle mode when we get it transformed, but that is a very nice Easter egg right there. His shoulders, we got some joints up here to allow him to get his arms up this far. 360 at that shoulder joint. He has a full bicep swivel. 360 out of that. Elbow bend. Coming to his fist, it should just swirl around because it's pegged in that little slot right there. Waist 360. Splits. Front to back. Thigh swivel. Knee bend. Ankle rocker. Gears' only lonely accessory. He has a unique gun. I thought it would be the same generic gun as Bumblebee from the cartoon because he didn't have a gun in the Generation 1 and they just gave him the generic one. But he has a black gun, has a magazine right there, has a port right here. And I mean, I'm pretty sure it pegs in all over the damn car. I don't like the ports, the guns, the port all over the car. But here it is. Let's get it in his hand. And boom! Fits very snug. And Gears is very well built. He's not as loose as Bumblebee. He feels really solid. I have to pull on the joints to get him to move. Like everything is tight. Like the waist swivel, everything. It's nothing loose. Oh, something rattling. I don't know where that is, but it's nothing really loose on this guy. The arms, the legs, all the joints are tight as I move him around. I think those are the wheels rattling around. But yeah, man, this dude is very cool. By far and easily the best Gears in my collection. Alright, let's see if we can get Gears transformed. Let's roll straight into that. Line them up. Let's see if the head tucks away. Oh wait, we got the wheels right here. See how well he rolls? The tires, I have full clearance, but the tires are a little stiff. Everything on this guy is stiff. That one rolling freely. But this one doesn't have that free roll. We got it right here. So we got one stiff tire. If my surface wasn't glass, he'd roll a lot better. But let's take a look at that vehicle mode. It looks great. It looks like a giant F-150. Something like that. Got the silver grille. We have painted headlights, which is very cool. With the silver paint app, we have the painted red bumper. We have painted rims, which is nice. And only thing that's kind of like a detractor, we have the chest obviously hanging out back. I'd rather have it hanging out back here than to be a parts former. Looks cool. Looks very much like the Generation 1. Looks more like a real American truck. F-150 or a Sierra or something like that. The only really thing I see that's kind of negative is like the circle right here for the hinge. I think they would have squared it off and made it meet right here a little bit better. It's not bad, but you can just tell that is a transformation hinge, no doubt. And the second thing I don't like in this mode already are the ports. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, do we need all these holes in our toy? 5 and 6 on an equal opposite side. Anything back here? No, we don't need. I don't need all this damn gun storage. And if you are going to put all these ports in here, give me something to put in here other than just one gun. Speaking of his one gun, like he holds it here, but he has the peg here for to be able to port in other places, which is kind of like not cool. But put the gun up here, and obviously either of the ports on the side of the vehicle. And he's weaponized in vehicle mode. We didn't need all these holes in my toy. I thought they were getting away from that, but apparently not. He has the blue painted windshield, which is nice. I wish they had done that with Bumblebee. Molded in mirrors, molded in grill. We spoke about that. And that's pretty much, oh wait, I probably should have turned his head. Let me see if I can get in there and turn his head real quick. I had to back up the transformation just a bit to rotate the head around, but now everything is nice and concealed, except for maybe the fist. They show out just a little bit, but everything. Okay, let's get some comparisons out here for Gears, and turns out I was not telling the truth. I have a reissue as well as the original Generation 1 Gears. This is the reissue he'll do for comparison's sake. And we can clearly see what was updated. Like this was like, we don't know. I used to call this when I was little, Sanford and Son junk truck or whatever. So I wish they had kept these larger tires like they used on Braun for this guy over here. These tires don't look rugged enough for this vehicle mode right here. But yeah, a very welcome update to the Transformers version of Gears. This is now my favorite Gears in my collection, without a doubt. And earlier I brought up this, I think I called it a W, but it is an M for Mysterians. Turns out that these guys were never Diaclone Transformers. They have their origins in America, and I guess that's something for another video. But there is the W right here. This found on Huffer, Windcharger, Braun, and Gears from the original Generation 1 mini-bots. Turned out they were their own separate line, but they paid homage to that W, or I mean that M. With this M right here, they included it. So this goes beyond Transformers, beyond Takara, and everything. That is a nice homage right there. Next up, we have Studio Series Braun, Studio Series Bumblebee, and why not bring out Transformers Earthrise Trailbreaker. Get this guy out here for some size comparisons. I believe Trailbreaker is a leader class. Not sure, I don't remember all the classes, but because I have no class. Anyway, here's how they scale side by side. Alright, let me show you the tires. These are the Braun tires that look like these tires in like the Generation 1. Wish they had used these. I don't know if these pop off. They probably don't. Pegs looks different, but yeah, they should have went with these for this guy. One more vehicle mode comparison. Here is Earthrise Optimus Prime, like combined with the Netflix Optimus Prime, whatever, like it's the trailer in a different truck. And they just announced that we are going to get a Studio Series 1986 Optimus Prime for this line. And I was like, yeah! I saw the price was like $90. I was like, shit! I'm like, man, for 20 more bucks, you could get another missing link with die-cast, rubber, and chrome, and everything else. Like, I mean, why is that thing so much? I know they updated the trailer. They retooled the cab, and like it's a totally different trailer, but still, like right at $100, like wow. Switching back to robot mode, here's Braun with Generation 1 Gears. Now for the Studio Series crew. Here is Bumblebee 1986, Braun, Ironhide. Switching to Earthrise, but sort of kind of the same line. Here's Trailbreaker, Optimus Prime, 86 Studio Series Grimlock, Earthrise Starscream. Man, I hope they do the Secret Jets again. I never really liked these jets. And Siege Megatron, and oh, we need a Megatron so bad. I know he's not going to turn into a gun, but we need that color, that face scope updated, and just please. I don't know if they ever ran into each other on the cartoon, but from Transformers Legacy to Stunticons Minosaur. My last comparison is the even grumpier cartoon counterpart. Vehicle mode cartoon comparison. I'm glad I did this because I missed the fact the cartoon version has the sunroof just like the Generation 1 toy, and it is not present over here. Alright, I want to show you guys something that's cool that Hasbro did. Obviously, he has these two plugs on the top of his head, was present in the cartoon, and they were like the ramming bars on the bumper, but Hasbro took it a step further and molded in a bit of the grill. You know, the head is supposed to be this part up here in the grill, but they molded it into the top of it. I'm not sure if it was drawn in on the cartoon. Again, I know he had the plugs, but I'm not sure about this part. And that is from the Generation 1 toy. And they went the extra mile to mold in a bit of the grill. And also on his shoulders, I didn't pay attention to this molded in detail. These are the tires. When he would transform in the cartoon, they would just like turn blue and be part of his body. But these are the tires on his shoulders. So credit where credit is due. Nice job, Hasbro. Final thoughts on Gears. I really like it. I think I like him a little bit more than Bumblebee. Bumblebee is by far a more favorite character for me of the two. But I do like what they did here a little bit more than Bumblebee, and I do recommend this toy. I picked mine up like a month ago. I've only ever seen them in the store one time, and I grabbed them. So if you do see them and you're thinking about grabbing them, I suggest you pick them up. If I have anything negative to say, it's really a nitpick about this figure. The hand should have been black. I wish they had been black to be completely accurate. And the gap between the legs or the back of the pickup truck in truck mode, that little gap could have come together a little bit better. They could have had a little flat piece to fold out to conceal it, because it kind of looks like the legs flipped over, which is what they were in the Generation 1 and what they are now, but you can just kind of clearly see it. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for joining me for another episode of George Reviews, where we always take a trip down memory lane, because every toy tells its own story.
Quiet! We want to hear a story!
Your squeaking's not the problem. It's your squawking.